Welcome to 3 o'clock. I can't believe the day is zooming by. Okay. Oh, those cards look fantastic. Faye, those are lovely. I love them. They're great. Gail, card number 10. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, Maria, you used the raindrops. That looks lovely. I'm just looking over these cards. Oh, Debbie, you used the, oh, that's the old daisies. Oh, I love the old daisies. Okay, so let's get started. We'll make sure Oh, Carol, that is fantastic. I'm looking at the colors. That is a fabulous card. Oh my goodness. Gotta say, you guys are all so very talented. Okay, I don't know what the heck is going on with my camera here, but let's give it a little shift. Okay. Is everything going here? Woohoo! There we go. All right. Card number 11. Who loves slimline cards? Comment below. I love slimline, period. Like if it was on my waist, would be beautiful, but I also enjoy slimline cards. I think they're a lot of fun to make because they're very different. I'm just trying to get rid of this little glare here. Moving it over. Maria's back. Welcome. Shifting it over. Okay, 6 people have arrived. We are going to make a slimline card, and I'm using one of my favorite colors. I don't know about you. Oh, Gail, slimline is not your favorite card. How come? Oh my goodness. All right, Pretty Peacock is one of my favorite colors. I don't know about you, but I just love this color. This is such a great color. Okay, so yes, Maria, I did see Carol's card. That looks absolutely stunning. Everybody is so talented. I think everybody should join my team because they're so talented and we can be the team of amazing card makers. How's that? I love it. I think that's a great idea. Anyways, so what we're going to do, this is the base for our slimline card. Okay, I'm going to go through this. There is a piece of paper that goes on top of that. It seems to be a little short, but let's figure that out. I'm going to figure it out. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There is a piece of cardstock that is the same height, a little bit smaller. Okay. There is a DSP that should fit right in the middle of that. And I'm using the one with the copper clay and the Pretty Peacock in the designer series paper. Okay. Oh yeah, Maria says she always goes rogue. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have this little piece of Pretty Peacock in the center. And there should be a piece that fits right on top. Just like that. Now you're wondering, that does not look like a very interesting card now, does it? No, it does not. But we are going to make some changes. Of course we are. All right, so let's get started. What we need to do is first work with the very first card base. Okay, we're going to take the very first card base because this is a little longer than it should be. So this should be 9 inches long by 3.5 high. Okay. I'm just reading Pat's comment. What are the dimensions for the DSP? Oh, let's see. Did I not mark it down? It should be, okay, look at this. I'm looking at the tutorial. 4 inches wide. So 4 inches wide by 3 1/4 high. So 4 inches wide by 3 1/4 high. Okay. It's in the tutorial, but if you did not see that, 4 inches wide, 3 1/4. Okay. So we're going to get started, and I need to get my trimmer. Okay, so let's get the trimmer out. Actually, I don't need the trimmer because I don't need to trim anything. You can get your trimmer. I'm going to get my scoreboard because I find it just so much easier to use. Okay, so I'm going to lay it in here up into the corner. And yes, it is 9 inches long. Are we crooked here? There we go. It is 9 inches long. Okay. what we need to do is we need to make a little score line at 1/2 inch, okay? This is going to become a flap. So at 1/2 inch, I'm going to score that first piece, okay? And I think that's it for scoring. I'm gonna put that away. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to fold this forward like that, okay? So it is folded forward. So that was 1/2 inch that we did as little score line. So now that kind of brings our card down. So if we take that piece of basic white, you will find that it fits right in there perfectly. Look at that. Awesome. But that's still not a very exciting card now, is it? No, it's not. I hear you. I hear you. So let's take this piece of white off to the side. We're going to do some work on that. We're also going to do a little bit of work on this piece of white. Let's set that off to the side. We'll do all that together. In the meantime, okay, there is a piece of Pretty Peacock, and that is 4 1/2 by 3 1/2. So if I lay this on this little tab, it's going to fit. Okay, 3 1/2 high by 4 1/2. Okay. Now, even though this says 4 inches, okay, you can, if you don't want such a thick left and right, just trim it down a little bit. Totally up to you. Okay. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Maybe I'll trim it. I'm going to just center it the way it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some tear and tape right to the edge here. So we're going to need to adhere this piece to that little tab, and that's going to make the front fold flap of our card. So let's get some tear and tape on that little guy. There we go. Again, I peeked my head outside. Hot, humid, steamy like the jungle. Not where I like to go for a vacation. I don't know about you. Where do you like to go for a vacation? I do not like to go to the jungle. So I will never be going there. So I'm going to peel this off. What the heck is this? Oh, there we go. Peel that off. A little bit is overhanging. I'll just peel that back. Get that tear and tape. There we go. So it's all nice and sticky there on the little tab. Okay. And I'm going to place this carefully on the front. There, and then I can pat that down. There we go. All right. So that becomes one of our front flaps. You can see it kind of like in the middle there. Oh, Hawaii. That, Teddy, Pat, have you ever gone to Hawaii? I went to Hawaii. We went to the Big Island. Very, very stunning. Oh, it was a fabulous trip. Okay, so I have that on the front. And I'm going to glue down my DSP onto the front there. Pretty simple. Just add a little bit of adhesive into each corner. Boop. Had to get a new one. Give it a little start. Oh, there we go. And I'm just going to place that on the front. Okay, just like that. That's all I'm going to do for this portion of the card. I'm going to keep this together with this because I will need that in a little bit. Okay. Oh, the air-conditioned trailer. That's funny. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this off to the side for a second. And we're going to do some stamping with those pieces of basic white. And what I'm going to be doing, is I've got a whole bunch of different inks here. Okay, you'll see Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon, and crushed curry. And what I'm going to do is I wanted to pick up the copper clay from the DSP. So I'm going to be using that with the outline of the little flower. So we're going to use the little flower. You want to grab the little flower for that. Okay, so we're going to grab that, grab the outline. And we are going to start with the largest piece of white. And what we're going to do is we are going to stamp kind of like in reverse C-shaped on this side, okay? Now I'm going to start kind of one flower in. All right, I'm going to leave some space because we're going to use some leaves. Again, a little flower. And I'm just going to just kind of do a little bit hanging off the top. Now, I don't want to crowd it too much because we're going to be using a lot of different things in here. And it's easier to fit it in with the space around than if we try to just kind of shove it into too close together. So I'm going to close up my copper clay, clean my flower, and I want to do the insides of the flower. So I'm going to take this piece here for the inside, put that on the block. Now I'm going to stamp off first, and I'm going to decide which color I want to use. See, I'm not sure if I want to use Lost Lagoon or Pretty Peacock. I don't know. I think this Pretty Peacock is going to be a little bit too thick or too dark of a color. So I'm going to start with the Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to stamp on my piece of paper here. So I'm going to take my instructions here and do that. So if I take this, I'm going to do 1. That's pretty dark. 2. Okay. I want to do the second generation of the Lost Lagoon. You know what? I'm going to give it a try with Pretty Peacock because maybe that will be better. So let's give that a try too. So always make sure that you test out which color you want to work with first. Okay, so let's ink that up. So 1. Oh, that's really dark. 2. 3. I don't know. Which one do you think looks better? Should I go with Pretty Peacock, second generation, or Lost Lagoon, second generation? I don't know. I'm kind of confused. So I'm not sure which one I should do. You let me know. Comment below, and I will go with the first one who comments which one would be nice. Oh, Teddy, Pat would like to go to Scotland because her father was from there. Oh, I've never been to Scotland. Oh, Gail says Pretty Peacock, second generation. Okay, Pretty Peacock it is. I have never been to Scotland. I have been to Ireland, but I've never been to Scotland. All right, Pretty Peacock, second generation it is. Thank you for that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it up. I really like it on this paper. So generation 1. And again. Oh, here we go with the double stamping, huh? Oh, not straight. No, that's okay. I got to stand up. Here we go. I think that's it. There we go. You know what? Let's see what happens when I do this. Okay, I like that. So 1, and then we're going to do line it up as best as I can. There, okay, that's good. Okay, so I've done the flowers there on the C shape, okay? You can kind of see how they're coming together. Oh, Pretty Peacock, I need to keep that because I'm going to use the leaves on that in Pretty Peacock. Okay, get block A. And see, there's a little leaf right here. This is what we're going to use to kind of fill in some of the spots right there. Now, we also are going to be adding these flower clusters kind of here and there around, just a little bit, okay? So I'm going to open up the Pretty Peacock. Now, ink it up. And I'm going to kind of bring it in a little bit. I'm not going to stamp right onto the flower because I don't want to do that. So I did the 2 stamps, and then I'm going to do like a little V, because that's how I think flowers, leaves would be, huh? What if we did this? So I'm kind of bringing it on the edge. Again, I'm trying to stay away from stamping right directly on the flower. You see how the Pretty Peacock kind of is a much stronger color? It really kind of pops out to you. So when we place it on the card base, you'll really notice it there. Okay. I'm going to put these leaves away. I'll let you kind of catch up there. So you're just basically making a C shape on this area right here. And what's going to happen is when you place it on the card, you will be able to, that will be kind of shown at the front. Now, I'm kind of debating on whether I should use the wild wheat for the center or the crushed curry. I'm not really sure which one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sample them both on my piece of sample paper here. So I'm going to be using the inside of the flower here. Okay. And we're going to do one of each and see which one looks the best. So let's do that. The wild wheat is kind of like a little bit more of a earthy brown. But if we look at the DSP, it looks like a much brighter part in the center. So that's not quite the same. So I don't think that's going to match too well. Even though it is kind of on the edge there, I think it's not going to pop color-wise enough. So that's why I have the crushed curry. So let's give the crushed curry a try. And I think that's a lot brighter than the wild wheat. And I think it's a little closer to what's in the center of the card. So I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to stamp the center of the flower with this. Again, trying to line it up. And I'm going to do those 3. That one's kind of falling off, but it just needs a little bit. All right, I'm going to clean that off. I'm not going to put away the crushed curry yet because I'm going to use that color on the little flower cluster right here. I'm going to use that. Okay. So I got the little flower cluster, and what I'm going to do is I'm not going to do a whole C-shaped around it. I just want to bring in that yellow and the flowers just a little bit, kind of peeking around the corner. See, I'm going to see that leaf there. I'm going to look at the leaf, and there's a curve right in there. I'm going to try and follow that curve of that leaf. There you go. Okay. Now, don't put away the crushed curry and these little yellow flowers yet. Okay, so I'm going to leave this like that so that you can catch up and get this far with the stamping.
It's too hot for the cats outside. They don't like it.
So my son is bringing down the cat bed. He says it's too hot for the cats outside. So he's bringing down the cat bed to make them all nice and comfy down here. Oh. I'm doing a Facebook Live. Would you like to join me?
I would not.
So, gotta give you a hint. If you're ever down in Union Station, walking through Union Station, you make sure you stop and say hi to Daniel. You're looking for Daniel, the security guard down there. So proud of him. He, his first week of working there, he had received a nomination for City of Toronto Award, and he will be receiving that award next week, which we will be going down. He saved 2 people from an overdose. I'm very proud of him. And here he comes bringing faith. Okay, so we got this part of the card with the stamp on it, okay? Everybody's, hey Daniel, everybody's saying hi to you. Okay, so what we're gonna do is what we, if we slip this in the card, okay, you see that C-shaped, it really starts popping with the leaves that we done. Oh my goodness, my English is running out. So I know I'm not going to do any more stamping on this, so I know I can glue that down. Okay, so we're just going to glue that down. You're going to save poor Willow?
She's fine.
Oh, she's fine. Oh my goodness. All he cares about is faith. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going to put that down. And if we close that, you can see that C-shaped right around the edge on right there, okay? Now, even though there's a white space here, what's going to happen is this is going to sit on top, right? You're going to see that here, but it kind of gets covered, right? So you don't see that little piece of white space anymore, all right? Okay, now this is definitely going to be on this card at the front. So I know this is not, nothing's going around it. I'm going to put some adhesive right about here on this backing. Okay. There we go. I don't want to lose it, so I'm just going to put that on. I'm actually going to shove it over a little bit more. I'm trying to find the right spot. There we go. And I'm just going to lay it down so I know that that all goes together. Now the last piece that we have is that piece of basic white cardstock. This one right here that kind of goes in the front. And yes, we are going to do some stamping on that. And that's why I didn't have you put away the yellow. So we're going to take this piece of yellow and these little flowers I'm going to stamp on the left side. Just kind of bring it down and wrap it around. Okay. And I might try and get a little bit more in there. Now the reason I did that, is so I could flip it over and do it again. There we go. 1. Make sure I have enough ink on. 2. And 3. There we go. Much better. All right, so I'm done with that cluster of 3 flowers. Okay, so I'm going to put that back. And I'm done at the moment with the crushed curry, but I need to have it close by so we can use it again. Okay. On the right side, we're going to get that large daisy, the largest daisy, and it's going to sit on there, even though it's a little larger than the image. Okay, I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to stamp it just slightly down. Again, in the copper clay. Okay. There we go, in the copper clay. Oh, gotta clean my stamp. Okay, I'm gonna do that with the copper clay. Bring it down. I'm gonna have some of it hang off. That's okay. See, it's just hanging off. And then I'm going to do that second generation on the inside of the flower. Okay, and we're going to get that inside image of the flower. Again, we're going to do second generation. And actually, I think maybe I'm going to, yeah, second generation. I was thinking third, but no, I'll do second generation. Oh, something's wrong there. I got to clean that. It's a little dusty. And that's why we test it on that paper first. Yeah, second generation. I'm doing second generation. Okay, then what I do, I line this up. And up and down. There we go. Oh, that is a little bit darker than I thought it would be. Maybe I should try that on the other side, and we'll take the best of the two. Try again. Your second piece seems much smaller than mine. Okay, let's see. Let's look at the instructions. 1 7/8 by 5 7/8. What was this? 1 7/8. That's about that. Yeah, that's 1 7/8 by 5 yeah, that's 5 7/8. You may want to double Sue, you may want to double check the piece of cardstock that you cut. So the 7/8, when you're looking at the grid paper, or when you cut it, so it's kind of in between. So the 7/8 is between, so here and here. So it's closer to that number. So it's like right about there. So 2 7/8 would be close to the 3 mark. Right about there. It's right in the middle. So it's closer to the 3. So double check to see that. Oh, 1 7/8. 1 7/8. Yeah, so it's closer. Sorry. It's closer to the 2. It's right about there. So it's closer to the 2. 1 7/8. Yeah. So you might, Sue, you might want to check your piece of paper on the cutting dimensions. It could have been that you had just cut down to maybe 1 3/4. It's possible. I don't know. So double check that. That is a possibility. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do a 3rd generation stamp on this side. 1, 2, and let's do 3. Turn. There. Actually, I think I like that a little bit more. I think definitely for the front part, because I think that's a little too dark on the front. Let's take a look. No, actually, once you put it together, it looks really good. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like this a 3rd generation or the 2nd generation? Let me know what you think. And we'll go with that. So in the meantime, I got to clean my stamps. And I'll put them away so I can find them again. And before we glue down that piece of white, we need to still do the center of the flower and a sentiment. Everybody likes the 2nd generation. That's what it will be then, ladies. Majority wins. Okay. I need to do the center of the flower. And I'm going to do that in crushed curry. Okay, so I'm going to get the center here of the flower. And we're going to stamp that. There we go. Yeah, it looks like the flower is happy. The last thing we need to add for stamping is a sentiment. I don't know how you choose, but I like to lay them down and see which one fits the best. And I'm going to have it actually up a little higher, and that fits nicely right in the center. And we're going to use the darkest color, and that's Pretty Peacock. Pick that up. Ink it up, and if I make a boo-boo, it's going to be the other side. Here we go. Look at that. Looking fantastic. So we've done a lot of stamping for this card. Okay. So we've done a lot of stamping for this card, and then we can add it. Before we add it, if you want to wrap around some of that jute twine, you can do that around the edge. Not sure what color. What have I got left over? Yeah, that one. Nope, that kind of doesn't match. Oop, that doesn't match. Let me take a look. Oh, there. Go to my bucket. My bucket of twine. That's the one I'm looking for. Okay. And before I do anything, I'm just going to add some of this twine around. And I'm actually going to twist it a little bit. Maybe, am I going to twist it? I don't know. Leave it straight? I don't know. I'm going to just kind of put it over where the flowers are. Glue the bejeebies out of the back. And fold that down. There we go. Again, fold this up. There we go. Now, because this twine is on the back, it makes it really, really thick. Now, if I did it flat, if I glued it flat down, this would cause a little bit of a bump. To avoid that, we're going to use the dimensionals, and we're going to put dimensionals on this. Just going to use the ends. Oh, everything is so sticky. Okay. There we go. And these dimensionals will kind of lift up the card so that that twine is not causing that little bump. So we got to make sure the dimensionals don't go over the twine. There we go. Okay, so do you understand what I mean about the bump here? It's like if you, I don't know, it's like a Princess and the Pea. You put the pea in the bed, and then, you know, you can feel that little bump. And we don't want that. So I'm going to place that on the front. All right. And I got this little piece left. I'm going to just tie it in. Let's make a little knot. I might as well use it. And there we go. Just like that. What do you think, ladies? And where's my embellishments? Remember I had it in that fancy dancy little box? Get the embellishments. And this is where that color fits in. Oh, you know what? I could use the little ones on here. Oh, yeah. So we can add our little embellishments. Oh, to these flowers. There we go. And that is the copper clay color. It picks it up from the DSP. Now don't forget to post your pictures. I love seeing all the different designs that everybody has. And everybody can ooh and ah over it. And we can get some ideas. Don't be shy. Oops. It's all like learning. It's like University of Northern Stamper. How's that? Oh, I love it. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to put a large one there. Should I put one under there? I'm not sure. Should I? Ah, why not? Oh, stick one over there too. There we go. There. And of course, okay, I'm going to keep squeezing this pen to see how much Wink of Stella I have left. There we go. There we go. And that's our card. I'm going to show you my original. There we go. There's the original. And there's today's card. Ooh, everything is crooked. So just wanted to show you. And this is our second last card. Our next card is card number 12. And what we will do, this is a 3:30 right now. We will reconvene until 4 o'clock. At this point, we shall just kind of leave the prize patrol till after card number 12, just to let you know. So don't worry about that. Let me know what you think of this card, and I'd love to see yours when you are done. Okay? I will see you here at 4 o'clock.